Welcome today to Tales from the Rooftop. We're so glad to have you back. And we're sponsored by R&P Roofing. We are excited to bring you what's lovely in Flagler County. And today we have Blair Scheller, our transportation project engineer, and we have Cindy Delecky. She's marketing to go, and she'll be sure to create a buzz about your business just like she does for R&K. We're so grateful for her. So Blair, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, let's talk about you. I mean, you are a gem in Flagler County. I only have gems here during the podcast. And you're a project manager. So tell our audience what your work is about. You know,
There's orange barrels out in Palm Coast right now. That is a project that has taken years to go from planning into design into construction. So they need managers for the project in each phase, and that's like the one point of contact for the project, someone who's monitoring the schedule, the budget, and doing whatever is needed for that project to make sure that the engineers who are working on it have what they need and are, kind of just full steam ahead going in the direction that they are sort of scoped out to do. So I manage the project when it is in the design phase, when the engineers have it and they are doing all the magic, planning it out engineering wise, for it to then go to construction so that the contractors know, where to put things and what the recipe is and what they are expected to construct,
Yeah, so cooking up good things in Flagler County for sure. I appreciate it. So tell us the success story. How can I say, wow, I am so excited about what you do. It's something that's good for families in Flagler County.
So one thing that I really love about this work is that the success stories are so tangible. So you go from an idea onto something that people are using and driving on or even riding their bikes on. So for me personally, anything that gets constructed is a huge success.
That's awesome.
So, we see it happen all the time, whether it's a new trail or surfacing of a road or new signals, or even now in our local area, there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of orange barrel and all things that are intended to make the roads safer and to allow people to get around our beautiful city even better. So if it's constructed and we can use it, huge success. And especially, I'd say specifically to your questions, anything that improves safety is a huge success. And I just had some projects to go out to construction that are just solely to make the road safer, and I love to see that.
Wow, yeah, that's terrific. So Blair, tell us if there's someone out in our audience who is interested. Wow, I would love to do what you do, or just to use to be in some kind of STEM field going forward. I love to promote women in STEM fields going forward. So tell me, what would you advise women out there to do what you do, or something in a STEM field?
Do it. Just go for it.
Yeah.
I think that's a short answer is if you have the interest, go for it. Go for it. I think in my younger self, I did not know I wanted to be an engineer. I didn't, some people have that knack when they're younger and they're maybe in clubs in school that are STEM based such, or, they're in high school, college, and they're joining, they can feel themselves wanting to be in that direction. I didn't have that, but I did have friends around me that were engineers, like in the engineering curriculum at UCF, go Knights. And they were the ones, and I remember a very vivid conversation with a friend where I just entered UCF and I said, I don't know what major I want to pick. And he said, you're an engineer, you just don't know it. And I said, okay. Well, and if I had been so opposed to that, I obviously wouldn't have gone down the road, but it did seem to align with some of the things I was interested in. So I joined the general engineering curriculum. They at one point forced me to pick a major, and I did pick industrial engineering, and I didn't know what it was.
That's awesome.
I was Googling what do industrial engineers do, and it was just a case of ruling it out of, well, I know I don't want to do these other disciplines, like Haha, I didn't want to do civil, but here I am in transportation. But I did a process of elimination. And so I say that because I wasn't certain, but I had a hunch. And I think it is so important to just drive forward on what you have a hunch for if it seems to align. And my younger self, I was almost, as they would say in analysis paralysis, of, opportunity cost. Well, if I do this, then I can do that. And that would keep me from just diving forward on something that I was interested in doing. So I remember I was plagued by that when I was younger, like kind of like you're trimming off all these other branches of the tree that you could pursue in your life. But the truth is, I went so many different directions. I went from engineering to teaching yoga, back to engineering, and none of it was wasted, and it all built up. And when I look back, I see how it all just like is a wonderful summation of where I am now. So to get back to your question, I would say to go for it and find yourself with people that support you going after what you want to do. And it's going to be challenging. That's the truth, right? It's a challenging discipline to pursue, but it's wildly satisfying and rewarding if you're really feeling like it aligns with who you are. And you can start engineering and pivot to something else. It is so applicable across so many aspects of life. So
Yeah,
just jump in.
Yeah, and I love that comment where she did try other things and it still applied in what she's doing now. So why not consider a little bit of deviations, like tools in your tool belt, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't sound like it was an easy thing to do, but we were just having that discussion previously, pick your heart, right?
Right, pick your heart. And I don't know if it's cliche, but it is that thing, the time is going to pass. The time is going to pass. So if you're wondering, I have some colleagues who are they're working full time and they're slowly going through an engineering curriculum, but they're doing it at their own pace. And it is that thing of, if you're interested, just at least dip your toe in and then go in that direction, or dive all in. I am kind of a dive all in type person, for better or for worse. But
that's so
yeah.
good. Yeah, diving all in. But I mean, it's hard. It's hard to do what she did. It's hard to go into school, work full time. It's hard not to do both of those things. So pick your heart.
Yes. And I remember years ago, I called my dad and I had a decision I was making in my life, and it was kind of drastic. And he said to me something I'll never forget, which is, well, sometimes you don't grow wings until you jump. And then, I will not describe what the decision was, but it actually took me off the course of engineering to then, later realize that it actually is very aligned with what I want to do. And I know I'm kind of going on about it, but the truth is I did not see a path forward in engineering that aligned with my morals and my values and what really mattered to me in life. And so I'll also say that there's so many things that you can do in the STEM field, and you can go in many directions, and being in the transportation industry is so suitable for me because, like I was saying, it's so tangible and it improves everyone's lives, and there's nothing in it that feels just sort of like there isn't a friction point for me using an engineering skill set for this. And that's what I was searching for when I was younger. So
that is terrific. And it looks like she has grown those beautiful metaphoric wings. But let's talk about literally how she's helping with wings. You have a bit of a side hustle and a personal hobby that's super interesting. You've created a way station, but you know what? I didn't know what a way station is. I did find out this morning that Palm Coast is a monarch city designated as a place for monarchs to travel to. But let's get a better definition from Blair about what a way station is.
So a monarch way station, it's a stop along the way.
Yeah.
So monarchs, they do this incredible thing each year where they migrate from far up north down through Florida and over to actually Mexico, and they hibernate through the winter, I believe. Fact check me on all this. This is my general understanding. And then they make their way back. And so I believe it's about 2,500 miles of a trip, which is astonishing for such a small creature that actually, I mean, how are they doing this? It's wild.
amazing.
And I know that the monarch population has drastically decreased in recent times. And so I was looking for landscaping for my house. And I think, when we talk about, I wanted to do an engineering discipline that led me to feel like I was really, making a difference or giving back in a positive way to the world. Well, here I am, and I discovered way stations in my landscaping Googling. And it really is just a stop along the way that gives the monarch butterflies a place to rest, to eat, to drink water, and then carry on their way. So my way station is mostly comprised of just milkweed, because milkweed it's what the monarchs eat. It is where they lay their eggs. So it's vital to their survival, and they don't, that's it. They don't lay their eggs anywhere else. The milkweed is intertwined completely with their entire ecosystem. So I have milkweed, and I have like a little butterfly bath where it's just a tray of water, and it has rocks in it so that they can perch on the rocks and drink the water and not fall in. So yeah, I have actually a bunch of caterpillars right now that I need to get more milkweed, because if you're looking to do this, which I highly encourage, because we are on a path of their migration. So I didn't think I was going to get any sort of hits on my way station. I was ready to wait a couple of years before I saw anything. But my first season of having the way station, I think 3 monarchs sort of hatched. I don't know if that's the word, but they went through their chrysalis and then came out and flew along their way. And now I have even more caterpillars. And if you want to do it, you have to get a lot of milkweed, because I put one milkweed out at the beginning and they just ate it. Ate it like they're eating me out of house.
Oh, so excited. And they were tired, they needed a big snack.
Hungry caterpillar is absolutely real. And they go from these teeny caterpillars to these very chunky caterpillars. And it is so, I love to, every day I check on my caterpillars and see what they're doing. So hobby-wise, it's a wonderful experience, and it's also giving back to the ecosystem.
So Blair, you are such a gem in Flagler County, and I'm so appreciative that your values line up with not only improving our community, but improving for the monarch butterflies. So we so appreciate you visiting us today. And now it's time for Cindy to tell us all the other wonderful things that are happening in Flagler County.
Blair, that was fantastic. I know exactly where I'm going to put my way station already. So I have so many questions, how many milkweeds do I buy? Well, what if a storm comes? Is it okay if it's in the sprinkler zone? So yeah, I'm going to have to do a lot of research myself. But yes, we have some fantastic events. It's summer and it's hot, so you want to be near the beach. So we have a dog surfing contest. It is the 3rd annual. Paying 8 instead of 10. I guess they only have 8 little paws. And it's a fundraiser. There is not only dog surfing, there is a dog kissing booth. I'm going to be in line for that. There is a dog costume contest. I might have to dress up my dog. And of course, the dog surfing. And all the proceeds go to the Smart Animal Rescue, the Flagler Humane Society, as well as Canine for Warriors. So make sure you look that up. They have a Facebook event, and it starts at 8 a.m. on June 8th, and it's on South 5th Street in Flagler Beach, and it's all dog friendly. And then the next event we have coming on is the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber Entrepreneurial event, and it's an education event. So they're going to have multiple speakers. So they're going to have speakers on, finance and banking and marketing and AI and sales and advertising. Full disclosure, Kim Fitzgerald and I are speakers for the advertising and social media. So make sure you go. And you can go to the chamber website to register for that. It's free. There is no cost, which is great. And then the 3rd event is the Professional Women of Flagler County. They're having their business after hours back at the beach. It's at the Flip Flop Shop. And let me make sure I get the name right for the other one. It's a Hawaiian luau theme. It's at the Boney Booties Beach Rental. Say that fast. And they said they're swimming. I'm sure you're going to wear your Hawaiian outfits. And that is on the 19th from 5 to 7 p.m. So it's just a great networking opportunity. If you've got a business or anything that you want to, get the word out about, or if you just want to get out and meet other business professionals, come on down to Flagler Beach.
That is wonderful. Wow. I love hearing about the fun we have in Flagler County. And again,
Thank you for joining us on Tales from the Rooftop, sponsored by R&K Roofing. And remember that old proverb, when you hang out with the wise, you become wise. It's been a great day with us, and we appreciate you.